my reality influences my choices. I can go forward and flesh out my reality by doing a SWOT or by designing doing a pastel. And those are all covered in other aspects of the course. So let me pause here. Peter, maybe you want to share. Earlier in the day, we were saying we should introduce ourselves. Let me go back to that slide. We had covered, this was our agenda. We had covered, the introduction step. And we also did something interesting. We talked about $10. Maybe later on you can listen to that. But as you come up, please introduce yourself, your name, what you do, and why you are here. That's the format. We'll still keep trying to get Esther up. So Peter, go ahead.
Good morning, Jesse.
How are you?
I'm good. Sorry, I came in a bit early. Usually last Friday of every month. It's usually not the time to schedule a Saturday meeting.
Yeah,
but I'm already
here. I know.
I'm already here. So, I mean, this is one of these, I believe this is one of the core subject about 𝗵𝐴, if I may say. And if I have to tell anybody anything about 𝗵𝐴, I would say it's a strategy place where you learn about strategy. You just don't, you start a business, but then there has to be a way of how you navigate that business and be relevant in the marketplace, and this is where to learn about that. So one of the things that struck me about the Southwest airline, it was coming back to the platform again to listen and over again, and that made me to begin to download a lot of subject on strategy, because it's about something that we don't know how the outcome is going to look like, but we can assess what is going on in the environment and see how we can plug our own thoughts and see how the outcome will look like. So when you were talking about how you got started and how you plug in this, I was just thinking about my going through having studied in the United Kingdom. There were two subjects I didn't like as an account student, because I didn't want to have anything to do with them in terms of what I've heard about them. Number one is tax. I don't want to be tagged as a tax man. I mean, there is erroneous belief that once you're an accountant, you're also a tax person, blah, blah, blah. And the story have also validated about auditors. So there are two aspects of accounting I just literally avoided it. And the beautiful thing that happened to me in the United Kingdom was it was avoidable. And I could still choose some other part in accounting and simply along. So there was IT, which was where enterprise planning came. There was project management, which was my best module. I had one of the best students in project management. And how project management works in the United Kingdom at the time, when it was introduced into the schools, actually been there, but for us in accounting student, was that it was a group work, right? It was a teamwork. You can't do project management alone. And the good thing they also did was that it's a national thing. The same subject, the same exam that is written in Cambridge is what will be written in all universities across the United Kingdom for accounting student and for any project management student in different of the years. Now, it's only when you now want to go and major in project management thereafter, it's a whole different ballgame. So those two areas was, if I'd had somebody probably who had mentored me, probably I would have ended up in project management. But I saw a gap in the fact that most accountants don't talk about the tools that we're using for accounting. That's number one. Number two, the emphasis was also the fact that they were shying away from it. Literally shying away from it in the sense that they just felt that, it's just one of those things, but not knowing that is the future. The future in the sense that there's so many regulation. People are shifting away from doing things normally. Like today, if you say you are employing an accounts officer or an account clerk or a junior accountant, you want to ask them, can you assist me to do reconciliation of how we have been doing our spending or transaction and all that. All that has been moved into today's enterprise resource planner, which you want to reconcile. It's all automated, technically automated. You can just copy your bank statement and upload it on your ERP. And it's going to do what is called matching concept for you. It's going to match your transactions with what you've logged on the system. And at the end of the day, you don't need a junior accountant to do that for you. You just do that automatically. And a lot of people are doing it. A friend of mine sent me a message in the course of the week. a mentee, and he said that he's under a severe pressure going through audits. I said, what's going on? So he mentioned that, interestingly, but these guys don't even know how to use a system. So he was wondering how they're going to audit him that be using system. I said, that is a problem. You are dealing with the old folks who feels that they're only just interested in the technical aspect of what brings them off to become an auditor, but they are avoiding it. And I said, look at that. 15 years ago or more, United Kingdom auditors don't necessarily have to ask you to bring one single paper. They just ask you, and what kind of system do you use? And they deploy the person that is an expert in that area of ERP and tell the person, just give us access to your system, and they audit you wherever they are in the world. And at the end of the day, you have the audit report. The question is, someone will say, what about the ideas that want to avoid people manipulating the system? There is a profession. 𝗓𝗓 is already handling that. Many years ago, you can imagine before some of us even dreamt of going to university or going to secondary school. I thought they've been around. So all these things are things that people were shying away from this part of the world. So I decided to plug myself in the area of emphasizing on the tools that drives that particular industry. So that's how I find myself in driving ERP. And it is, what I'll be sharing this evening, is the World Bank SME report that mentioned about the 70% gap in the SME market in the sub-Saharan Africa that nobody has filled. So for us, either you decide to streamline it to industry-wise, maybe you said that you want to focus on those who are in the restaurant and supermarket. The market is just so massive. You decide to say, okay, I want to focus on those who are doing small production. It's endless. People are so confused on how this thing, put together and how it works. And so it's just the ideal thing for me in terms of strategy of how we start plugging in our emphasis is on the ERP market for the SME market.
Awesome. That makes a lot of sense. And I like the fact that there are a few things you're doing. First of all, you're clearly recognize the gap and you're plugging into it. How educated people are on this. And I think you're doing that with the SME lead generators as well. People need to know why is this important? And then maybe some legal frameworks will begin to come up, or regulatory frameworks will begin to come up that will also help trigger that industry. Because sometimes the other thing is the emergence of locally made platforms. A lot of people are also seeing that gap in a certain way. And the way they want to plug is to build their own system and say, this one is made in Nigeria. This one is made in Ghana. So that's right. There's also that opportunity there to balance between I am doing this ERP from the US, UK, and I'm also able to support something local. So while we're waiting for that, Peter, tell us a little more about this evening's session. What's going to happen today?
This evening is just for us we want to reemphasize about our lead generation strategy, like you mentioned. Basically, it's also to expand what I've been doing, multiply what I've been doing, get some other people to lead businesses to us. If you probably those who have small businesses or mid-sized businesses who are probably struggling with their inventory, struggling with organizing their finances, they are probably using Excel for so many of their stuff, and they know that Excel no longer have the capacity to take them to the next level, organize themselves. Even like in this, probably in this particular call, that we have a lot of educated people here. Does anybody know what ERP is? Just like you don't throw out the question to find out.
Remember, I asked you that question first the last time.
Yes.
I tried to bring it back.
So does anybody really know what ERP is?
Very basic things. People are not familiar with them. So in order to address the crowd, we have to now simplify the messaging in a way that brings the crowd, and then out of that crowd, there's an isolated
I don't know what ERP is, please.
So you have a good customer here, Peter. Please explain to Esther what ERP is.
Esther, I thought you were on our call too. Was it 2 weeks ago?
Yes, but I came late.
Oh, this is actually the problem of those who also come early.
I know.
Okay, enterprise resource planning is what ERP for short means. It's enterprise resource planning, and simply it's about integrating the core functions of a business into one software. So we have businesses that get started and they use a different software for human resources. They use a different software for their inventory. They use a different software to receive their money. They use a different software for their CRM, that's their customer relationship management. They use a different software for their suppliers. all manner of different softwares are just flying all over the place. So I think some serious IT students sat down some time ago and said, what is all this noise everywhere? Can we just have it in one place? So that's what ERP is. So ERP integrates all the functions of the business into one place. So as a business person, you just get to see all the activities of your business in one. You can just sit on one screen
on the platform. So Esther, please introduce yourself before the network comes up again.
It's not even the network. I don't think it's the network, because now I'm using the normal internet, like MTN. I'm not using the Wi-Fi.
Okay, so the Wi-Fi was
maybe
okay,
because I'm using my phone. I can't tell. My name is Esther Johnson, and I process tiger nuts. We process tiger nuts into beverages. We process tiger nuts into poultry feed as well, and then we sell the raw tiger nuts. So those are our 3 production lines. And with our beverages, we have several variants, functional beverages. So our mission is to basically innovate with tiger nuts, create innovative products with tiger nuts, functional innovative products with tiger nuts, and spread it across. So that's what I do. And one of the reasons why I'm in this community is because, one, I love the community personally for the short period I have been part of it. I think it's very insightful. And 2, it gives me opportunity to hear other people's experience and what they're going through. And 3, I really like the strategy part. I have been taking the course every morning for a bit now, and I think, yes, it's true. I also like the story, the scenario, or the story in the course about the airplane. After that course, it got me thinking exactly how I wanted to navigate, and it helped me even develop a strategy that I already had in mind. And so, just like the plane people, I looked into the market. I saw how people already know us for tiger nut drinks, because that's where we started. And one of our tiger nut beverages is targeting lactating mothers. And so I looked into it to see how I could collaborate with hospitals or get endorsements so I can penetrate into the market, since the market size is not bad, and particularly in the town where we are in Accra, where I operate. I have about 500,000 women to target. So if I'm able to even capture like 1% or 1 to 10% of that market within 12 months, I think I could be making good headway for both brand positioning, and visibility as well. And so I use that, but I think I also have to know my competitors again. I know my competitors. I see how they are playing, and I see how they are winning. I think I have to go and reassess it. Yes, I think I have to go back and reassess how they are playing, so I can also play to win as well in my own lane with my own capability. And I think that's what I'm taking.
So can you hear us?
I think that's what I'm taking away from this thing today, because I tend to do. But here's the thing: I feel like I have been a certain type of way, and this strategy I wish would take me to the next level. But I like that Kenneth did mention that you do it within your own means. I was looking a lot outside my means, but I think after this class today, I'm telling myself I will do it within my means, and I'll do it well. I'll do it well, and I'll make it look like it's above my means. That's the end goal.
Awesome. Thank you for that insight, Esther. So at least what you've spoken to is the fact that we call it bootstrapping. Start from where you are, basically. Start from where you are. That is our reality, and we push from there. All right, so we have to wrap up, and I will wrap up with just one or two announcements. I'm going to go back to sharing the screen. And thank you very much, Peter, for those insights. Those are really, really powerful insights. And I think sometimes even sharing it is an eye-opener. Being able to share, this is how I'm thinking. It helps us also further shape our thinking. So 2 things I will finish up with today. One is we were supposed to have an open Q&A. We probably have run out of time for that, but the idea of it is some of the things we have discussed right now, specifically addressing issues both from our own wisdom and from the wisdom of those who have played in entrepreneurship parallelly in other climates. So there's an open E&A component of this me time, and this is how we want to be running the me time from now on. Just focus, since people are not taking their time to learn the platform, it's better to just bring people into the room, show them what it is like, and then take it from there, and then we can dig in. The second thing I want to talk about today is the Diaspora Fund for Emerging Entrepreneurs. It is worth 200,000 Naira or 2,000 cedis. It is for members of the community, and the way you access it is basically every 2 months we have a session In that session, you present a small, simple idea that can be achieved with 200,000 or with an amount that you want to add 200,000 naira to, or 2,000 cedis to. Yeah. And when you're able to convince us that it makes sense, you win it, and then you come back subsequent sessions, like in a session like this, and keep us updated on your progress, because we want to tell your story. So if you've heard this, you probably want to share with others who are in the community. The pictures you see here are pictures of those who have won in the past. Susan, I think, was our first winner, then Unika was our second winner. We've not had one after that.